¿Más o qué? Puedes poner más. Fuerte, fuerte. No. ¡Pum! Como ¡pau! Pero más fuerte aquí. ¡Uy! ¡Muy bien!
Ah, that's Eva Longoria giving her son Santiago an early start with cooking. Welcome, Eva.
Hi.
So aside from getting us some shells in your omelet right there, which I saw that you're picking out, that's so good. You're getting Santi into cooking and everything. I love that. He's always attached at the hip, and you're sort of exposing him to so many different things. What's he into right now?
Oh my gosh, he's talking so much, like so much. He just repeats everything I say. We're still cooking a lot in the kitchen, and we're in Mexico, so he's been outside every day, all day. We have turtles here, and we have fish, and just he's in nature, so he's loving it. And his hair is really long.
Oh, I love that. Oh, he's got a nice little tan right there. Got a good little tan working. I also see you posting a lot of stuff at the gym. You look great. You've been hitting it hard right there. Is that just dialing it in, or are you just trying to get ready for something?
No, I mean, what else are you gonna do? I eat and work out, and I drink and then I work out. Like, I mean, somebody was like, "You look great," and I go, "I better look great. I have never worked out every day for 8 months."
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, you can go the.
But no, I enjoy it. It's actually really therapeutic. You know, it's a release. You feel the same way. You work out all the time.
Yeah, no, more for sanity than anything, because it's just a good de-stressor.
Yes,
I always say
agree.
it's always more for sanity than for vanity. It helps me with the anxiety and to kind of de-stress and everything. But you're right, because you can go one of two ways. You can start kind of tearing up the kitchen and eating your heart out. Well, and I seem to have a balance of both right there. Have you been keeping up with Dancing with the Stars? Because you have a couple friends on there. You've got Jesse Metcalf, who you worked with, and Justina Machado, who I know is buddies with you.
I know. Well, Justina and I text every day, but I haven't seen Jesse because I'm in Mexico, so we don't get it here. So I get like the clips. And I just go online, and I saw Justina killed it last week. What do you think? What do you think about the contestants? You were on it.
It's an eclectic group. I was saying the other day, I can't believe only in America would we have someone who is accused of murder be celebrated as a celebrity, and we reward them by being on prime time with a lot of money. Go figure. It's an only in America story. That's why we need Bailando con las Estrellas down there.
For us, it's not a question.
They need to adopt it. Speaking of Desperate Housewives, I know you had like a little mini reunion with a lot of the castmates there. Is it sort of like high school, like you kind of see each other and you pick up where you left off, or you're pretty good about kind of staying in touch with your friends there?
When did I? Oh yes,
you
this
on
thing.
Zoom.
Oh my God, that was a while back. Oh my God, it was so fun. It was so funny. There were so many things that happened that I forgot. I was like, oh yes, it was just a walk down memory lane, and oh, I miss those ladies so much.
Oh yeah, no, it was so nice to see. I've been meaning to ask you this before you got all crazy and blocked me, but to be continued off camera. What's the congratulations on the soccer team? What's the latest with the soccer team? Because we had so much fun. I know at the LAFC. Is it sort of its sister companion? Is that how it's looked at, or it's completely different?
It's, you know, this really birthed from inequity, right? Like women players not getting paid the same, not being able to live a life with dignity, doing what you love, which was playing soccer, like men get to do. And so Natalie Portman and Abby Wambach got together, and she just like, I go, why can't we have like a female-owned team? And it kind of just birthed from there. And Natalie called all of us. She called Serena, she called me, and she got like, it was just a snowball of like yeses. And you know, I've been at the LAFC games, but when I went to see the U.S. women's national soccer team, that stadium was filled with little girls screaming with the jerseys on, and they were total fans. And so I think the future of this sport lies within women.
What gives me hope and strength is this young Latino generation. Oh my gosh. You know, when you see young Latinas and Latinos protesting or doing social disobedience, civil disobedience, just to create change in their communities, you know, having a voice, using technology in a way that our generations don't use. Like, I actually have a lot of hope for breaking all of these taboos. We've got to bring our abuelos and our
We are back with the great Eva Longoria. Eva, that was you and Zoe Saldana talking about taboos, I believe, in the Latino community. Obviously, we're in Hispanic Heritage Month. What are some of the taboos, would you say, that people aren't familiar with the Latino community?
What do you mean by that?
Well, in this new generation, Latinos seem to be wanting to change their narrative. What is this narrative that they want to change? And what are some taboos that you think we'd want to get away from? Yeah,
because Zoe asked me about the protests at the time, and so that answer was in response to, do I have hope for the future? Look, Latinos are the fastest growing demographic in the United States. We're the largest minority voting bloc this year, and so I have a lot of hope for the future. I mean, as Latinos go, so goes America. And I think, we're a big part of the economic engine of this country. And so when we talk about the Latino community, we're talking about the American community. We're talking about the most patriotic community you can be a part of.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with that. And you have this really cool new initiative called Shisepuede. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, we wanted to create a new digital lifestyle community and a media platform that inspires and affirms and informs Latinas to leverage our power in a way that can transform our lives and our families and our community. It just happens to be launching right before an election, but the point is, like, me and America Ferrera and Zoe and Gina Rodriguez and Rosario Dawson, we were campaigning like 2 years ago, in the midterms, 2 days before an election, trying to get the Latino vote out. And we're like, why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep advocating for candidates? We need to advocate for ourselves, and we need to advocate for our community. And it can't just be every 4 years somebody knocking on the door saying, your vote matters, your vote matters. Lives and our livelihood matters. And so we need consistent outreach to our communities year-round, all the time, for years and years to come. And so that's what we wanted to do, was create this community to build a culture that allows Latinas to see our power, to believe in our power, to act on our power, and to see the full potential of our force in this country.
That's awesome. And philanthropy is obviously nothing new to you. I think I've lost track of all the Eva Longoria foundations, but to bring me up to speed, what's the one you have me host and speak to? That's another Latina based.
That's my foundation. That's the Eva Longoria Foundation.
Okay, I know. You got a lot. I gotta lose track. You've got the Eva Longoria Foundation. Wow. Oh, what you mean, wow? I just said you got a lot going on. I happen to be busy. Okay, the Eva Longoria Foundation, that's my favorite. It's my personal favorite.
Let me tell you, to be fair, I roped Mario into everything, so you can't get confused.
No, that's what I'm saying. And then I know there's another wonderful one that I love, that your sister was a part of, and you go back to Texas every year.
Yeah, Eva's Heroes.
Eva's Heroes. See, I told you there was a few of them. These are awesome. You do so much great. So there's Eva's Heroes, Eva Longoria Foundation, Shisepuede. Have you cloned yourself, or are you? How are you able to kind of sort of maintain all of them? It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Well, look, all of the issues and disparities that our communities face, the communities of color, they all overlap, right? Like socioeconomic status overlaps obviously with job loss, and job loss has been compounded by COVID, and COVID has been compounded by, oh, wow, we don't have access to healthcare. And so you got to have the air war and the ground war at the same time. And that's how you prioritize, is everything's important.
You're exactly right. Last question for you. You're encouraging fans to celebrate a moment that they're proud of. What moment in your life would you say you're most proud of? Not personally, because but professionally.
Yeah, oh my God, so many. I was proud when I got my master's degree in Chicano studies. I was proud when I started directing. These are things that people tell you, you don't have time, you can't do that. How are you going to juggle everything? And so we encourage everybody to go online, use the filter Shisepuede, because Shisepuede is basically like, we can do it. She can do it. She will do it. And so that slogan of like, what did you do in your life that somebody said you couldn't do? And then we celebrate it, and we post it, we share it, and we want to cultivate that community of sisterhood.
Well, I love it. I always say, you just don't talk about it, you are about it. So congratulations on everything. And I still love you, even though you're being how you are. But for all the information on Shisepuede, which is a wonderful initiative, visit the Instagram page.